I used to lack motivation. I would try to muster up all the energy that I had into that one thing, but I could never do it. That is until I learned about momentum. Momentum is what substituted for motivation and got me to where I am now. I'm currently on a huge momentum wave, and if you don't believe me, check the upload rate on my YouTube channel for the past 10 months. For the past 10 months, I've uploaded every single day, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that it's never been easier. I wake up and it feels a little bit boring, a little bit routine, but I'm still so motivated to do it every single day only because I have momentum. And in this video, I want to give you the 3 biggest lessons that I learned about it so it can help you out as well. The biggest lesson that I learned about it is that it's exponential. Just like a interest graph where it's starting out real slow and then slowly but surely suddenly peaks up and then boom, suddenly goes up. By which I mean, if you just keep going, if you keep using your momentum, if you keep pushing, you'll get more of it, and so you'll be more motivated. It's a positive cycle. You get momentum, so you feel motivated, and because you feel motivated, you want to keep taking action. And when you keep taking action, that's how you build momentum. You take action over and over again, and you eventually build so much momentum that it feels harder to not take action than to actually take action. And that's the end goal here. I want you to keep that in mind. The end goal is to make it so easy for ourselves that it's hard not to do it. The second biggest lesson I learned is to be careful with breaks. Now, I'm not gonna drag on breaks for too long because look, I love hanging out with friends, okay? Probably about once every week or two, I hang out with my friend and it's awesome, right? But too often, and especially taking breaks just by yourself, if it's not for a special occasion, what's the point? You're just gonna slowly lose a bit of your momentum, and we've all had those times where we want to take a little break and then we end up getting a whole week off. Like, we just want to only take a break when we have a reason to do so, because you don't want to mess up your momentum streak. You don't want to mess up all that momentum that you've spent so long building and taking action for, all to just take a few rest days here and there. But I will say, you should take a rest day and just take a little break off before you actually need to take a rest day. So if you feel really tired, you feel stressed out, then yeah, obviously do it. And even better is to do it before you feel stressed out, but not too much. And the third biggest lesson that I learned is to use it. You have momentum for a reason. You have all this spare energy that you're directing towards something. You might as well challenge yourself, because most people have the problem of that they don't have any motivation and no momentum. But if you already have some momentum going, you've taken action a few times and you start to feel it become easier, you might as well keep going. You might as well challenge yourself and use it, because there's no use challenging yourself when you can't even get out of bed in the morning. But if you have that start going, challenge yourself. And because you challenge yourself, sure, it might feel a little bit harder, but then in the future, you'll build even more momentum. This is why it gets exponential. When you challenge yourself, you get more for what you put in. And this is what our goal is. Our goal is to make action easy by doing it over and over again and challenging ourselves each time. That's your formula for momentum right there. All you need to do is to implement it. Now that we've gone over the 3 biggest lessons that I learned, I want to explain why it works so well. Most people think that they need motivation to take action, but in reality, action creates motivation. Because when you take action, you realize how easy it becomes, you make progress, you reward yourself, you have all these positive factors going around you. And each time those factors increase and they add up onto each other, that's momentum. And so you can try to rely on motivation, you can hope and pray that you'll magically get some feeling. But really, you control the actions that you take. You don't control the feelings that you get. You might as well take action. Create a little bit of momentum so that you just automatically create motivation. When you automatically create motivation, you don't need it. And it's a bit of a paradox. The people who need motivation the least have the most of it. And the people who need it the most have the least of it. And the only difference between those two people is momentum. If you want to make the most out of your momentum, I offer personalized one-to-one help in the description.